Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is going to be a general love reading for the collective. Not all of the messages that come through in this reading may apply to everyone watching today. So please only take in from this reading what speaks to your soul and what resonates for you and for your situation. And release the rest to the universe. So let's see what message the universe wants to share with the collective today, please. What do we need to hear? This is the Six of Swords. Let's see what else. What other messages are coming through? What does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? Do we have Temperance? We'll grab one more card and then we'll start talking about the message that the universe is sharing with the collective today. What else do we need to hear? What do we need to know? What is coming through, please? And we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, guys, so first of all, the Six of Swords leads the way with this reading today. And I feel this Six of Swords is telling us that there is communication coming from your person, because the Six of Swords is a card of technology, first of all. So communication coming through text, voice message, email, phone call, direct message, WhatsApp message, however the two of you communicate, this tells us that communication is coming. But also the Six of Swords is a card of transition, and it tells us that there is definitely change and transition happening for your person because they are evolving and awakening. If we look very closely at this card, we see all of these waves on the behind this boat, and the waves look very turbulent and they're kind of like bashing on the rocks here. It is about leaving the turbulence in the past, leaving the difficulties and the drama and the chaos in the past, and moving forward to where things are so much calmer and tranquil, not only in their individual lives, that is happening for your person right now during this preparing for union phase, but also in this connection as well. The Six of Swords is about your person going through this transformation and change, being supported by the divine. And there is divine protection and divine guidance around this connection with your person. The angels and guides are at work in trying to bring the two of you together, because it is all about the divine intervention that is happening between you and your person, but also with the universe and the powers that be, with God, with your angels and guides. And that same divine intervention that brought the two of you together to begin with is still at work in your lives now. Even though you're not talking, even though you're not seeing each other, the divine is still at work in this connection when this Temperance card shows up. Temperance, though, is also about how deep this connection is. It confirms that there is a spiritual counterpart connection here for you and your person. Whether you are soulmates or twin flames, please just take it as it resonates. Temperance is about alchemy. And alchemy is the chemistry that is between you and your person, allowing both of you to see and know and understand when the two of you first met that, boom, this is it, you are the one. Your person felt that, and you guys watching the reading probably felt something like that as well. There was something that clued both of you in that this was a powerful connection, that this was a spiritual connection. You may not have known what it was at the time, but as you spent time together, and now especially because you're trying to figure out what's going on in the situation between the two of you, you have a much deeper understanding of spiritual counterpart connections. But Temperance is also about patience, and you have been very patient with your person, and they are going to express their gratitude for your patience and your unconditional love. And I say that Temperance is patience because it's how things are tempered, right? And we have to think about tempered steel, one of the hardest substances on the planet, and you have to heat up a piece of metal 500 times, pound it out 500 times, and cool it off 500 times in the process to make tempered steel. And that is what makes it one of the most hardest substances on the planet, that won't crack and that won't break and that won't fail or fall apart again. And this is what is happening in this time that you are in right now, that is separation, that is preparing for union, that is getting ready for partnership, whatever it is you want to call it. It is the period of transformation that happens for each of you individually before you come into union with each other. Because ultimately Temperance is about that union. It is about the blending of your essences and the blending of your souls. We also have the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands is the perfect blend of fire, and water. All queens are ruled by water, but this is also fire because she is the Queen of Wands, so water of fire. And what is water and fire? Well, they make steam, yes, and there's a lot of passion in this connection between you and your person because that is what the Queen of Wands represents. But it is also about the perfect blending of this love, this emotion, and this passion that is here between you and your person. Your person acknowledges that you are a mover and a shaker, that you make things happen, you get things done, and there is some sort of magical and mesmerizing quality about you as well because you understand them and you get them. But that is because you guys watching the reading, have your own intuition. You have empathy with your person. You can telepathically speak to them. You can hear them. You can feel them. You can experience what they're going through, whether they are right next to you or even during this time that you're away from each other. You can still pick them up. And as well with this Queen of Wands, it tells us your person knows they're going to have to respect you when they come back, and this is what they're planning to do. They are very attracted to you, and it is not just about the physical attributes, although they do acknowledge that you're very beautiful or handsome, as the case may be. It is about that inner light that is within you. It is something that comes out from the core of who you are. It is your soul. And that is what is calling back towards each other. Your souls are calling towards each other to come into this union together. The Queen of Wands is a fire sign. So that is Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Temperance is also Sagittarius. So if you or your person have your sun, moon, or rising signs in Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, this can be a place of validation for you, but you don't have to be any of these signs. It is more about the meaning of the card and how it relates to the rest of the reading. But let's see what else. Let's see what else is coming through, please. What do we need to hear? What is coming through? Goodness. This is the Hermit. Well, the Hermit is probably what the situation is for most of you at the moment. Your person in this place of self-imposed isolation, not really speaking to you, perhaps they're ghosting you, perhaps they even have you blocked, running away from you in this connection, but they are using this time to gain that spiritual awareness, this spiritual growth, this transition and transformation that they have needed in order to show back up to be a better partner for you. The Hermit is about going within. It is doing work on the inner planes, which is interesting because we are in a Mercury retrograde right now until December 15th, and we will continue to feel that retrograde energy for 3 weeks after the retrograde ends. So like into the first week of January, this is the time for looking within ourselves and isolating those things within us that we need to address, that we need to work on, that we need to resolve and heal. And I feel that this is what your person is using this time for right now. Now, they're not going to be sitting up on the mountain like a hermit in a cave going, I need to fix myself. This is something that is happening naturally and organically with your person, because remember, there is divine intervention happening in this connection as well. But also with this card, I feel that your person is saying they're tired of being alone. It's time for them to come out and come back into this light, the light of your love, and to this connection, and definitely to this passion as well. The Hermit is ruled by Virgo. Let's see what else. What do we need to know? What is coming through, please? Well, this is the Ten of Wands. Well, okay, so now the Ten of Wands can be a couple of things, but in today's reading, I feel that this is about your person acknowledging that, yes, you do share a very strong connection. We have to consider the Ten of Wands. Wands, as we already mentioned with the Queen, is the element of fire. So 10 wands, lots of fire, lots of passion, lots of energy here in this connection between the two of you. Your person being able to acknowledge that, yes, it is a spiritual connection. It is a mental connection. It is an emotional connection, and definitely a physical or passionate one as well. That is also what this 10 of Wands means, but it also indicates that your person could be feeling some guilt and some regret and kind of carrying all the weight of that at the moment. Perhaps they have some pain in their back or in their shoulders or around their neck or their upper back. If that is something that your person, or that you know your person, has dealt with, I feel that that is something that's flaring up for them at the moment. Or you guys watching the reading, You may be experiencing some of this as well, some tension, some stress in your muscles and nerves in your back, in your shoulders, in your upper back, around your neck. That can also be indicative of what this Ten of Wands is saying here, especially if you are picking up these things from your person. And we talked about that with that Queen of Wands. You have this empathy with them. You have this telepathy with them. You can feel and experience what they're going through, trying to figure out which one of you has the headache, trying to figure out which one of you has the toothache. That sometimes can be a challenge in these kind of connections as well. But what this is saying is, if you are feeling this stress, try to do something to alleviate it. If your back, neck, and shoulders hurt, do something to alleviate that. Put some heat, put some ice, alternate back and forth, get a massage, use some heating rub. What is that stuff called? Bengay or something along those lines to try and alleviate some of the sore back, because that is really a bothersome thing when our back hurts. Let's see what else we need to know. What messages are coming through, please? What else do we need to hear? The Knight of Cups. This is all about your person showing up and telling you how they feel about you. It is all about them showing up and being very romantic. This is the person who will do all the romantic things. Wonderful romantic gestures coming from your person as they make their way back towards you. This is the person who wants to represent themselves to you as a romantic partner. All of those games that they played with you in the past are going to be gone. Not the fun ones that you both enjoyed, but the ones where they were playing mind games, where they were gaslighting you, where they were hot and cold, where they left you confused about what was going on in this connection. All of that stuff will be gone because your person is transforming and doing this inner work to let go of things that cause them to act and behave in ways that dishonor you and this connection. The Knight of Cups is a water sign, so that is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. But with this Knight of Cups energy, your person is going to be able to tell you how they feel. And they want to tell you how they feel. All the time they will tell you how they feel about you, because the Knight of Cups is very expressive in their emotions, in their love, and in their feelings. Also doing sweet romantic things like sending you poems, sending you songs, writing you poems, writing you songs, and all those kind of romantic things, because they like to do it and they want to show you how much they love you because they like to do it. It makes them happy to be able to be expressive of their love to you. And if this is something that you haven't seen from your person, it is going to be very different for you guys as you start rebuilding this relationship. But let's see what else. Let's see what else we need to hear. What else do we need to know, please? The Two of Wands. Well, the Two of Wands, I love the Two of Wands in this deck because it's like this gate is open and the light of God is shining down between you and your person. This really confirms what I was saying earlier about this divine intervention that is here between you and your person, doesn't it? I think so, because I consider the Two of Wands to be an indicator that you are soulmates or twin flames, because as we've mentioned, wands are fire. And if these two sticks are sticks of fire, that is an indication for twin flames and soulmates. But this Two of Wands is about your person taking action, actually, and making their way back to you, wanting to bridge this distance that's between the two of you and reaching out to communicate, because the Knight of Cups does talk. This is about communication coming from your person. Interesting that that dropped beneath the Six of Swords, which is about messages coming from your person as well. But this Two of Wands as well tells us that your person wants to talk to you about long-term goals and long-term plans that involve you, because they want to make you part of their life moving forward as they come out of that hermit cave. But let's see what else. Let's see what else we need to know. What do we need to hear, please? The Fool. Of course the Fool shows up. The Fool shows up so much. But it makes so much sense that the Fool does show up a lot, because it tells us so many things. It tells us that your person acknowledges that they were foolish and immature in the past, and they no longer want to act in these foolish and immature ways, playing games with you, mind games, gaslighting, creating confusion, bringing drama, and all of that other stuff. But it also tells us that your person wants to continue this journey with you. The Fool is the person that stands at the crossroads, and they are figuring out which way they are going to go. Are they going to go left? Are they going to go right? Are they going to go take that leap of faith and jump into this connection with you, is what the Fool tells us that they're going to do. And knowing that you are going to be there to catch them, and the universe will catch them. This is about them following their heart on their journey back to you. The Fool is not ruled by an astrology sign, but by the planet Uranus, which is all about surprises and expecting the unexpected, because your person is making this major choice to begin their journey back to you, so the two of you can start rebuilding this relationship and continue on this journey together. Let's see what else. What do we need to hear? What do we need to know, please? What is coming through? The King of Swords. Well, this is someone who's very decisive. Also someone who has gained a lot of wisdom during the time that you have been away from each other. Also someone that definitely has all of the words that need to be spoken to you to start making amends with you. The King of Swords is an air sign, so that is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But also it is about truth and integrity, and your person being very honest with you and acting with integrity, but also being decisive about the things that need to have decisions made. Interesting that that comes next to the Fool, because I feel that this is about your person really figuring out how they're going to approach you on this journey back towards you. But as well, with the King of Swords being here, your person being a better communicator. Someone who is going to communicate with you the way that they need to. If you reach out and text them and say, hey, are we going to dinner tonight? They will respond right away. They won't make you wait 2 days to respond to you, because they are communicating better. Also being a better listener as well. But let's see what else. Let's see what do we need to know. What is happening here? What do we need to hear? What is coming through? Judgment. I think that this is probably one of the very few judgment cards that I don't have to scramble to get post-its for, although the post-its are here, always ready on the edge of the table. Well, judgment is about your person having gone through this period of ascension, going through this period of growth and renewal and rebirth. That is all over this reading, actually, with the Six of Swords, Temperance, the Hermit, and Judgment. But Judgment is also about the renewal of this relationship and your person wanting to reconcile, wanting to start fresh, wanting to start over. That is what the Fool is about. But as well, especially with it being just one card away from the Fool, I do feel that your person is judging themselves a little harshly for how they treated you, for being all in their head, for listening to their fears, for not following their heart in the past, which is why when they make their way back towards you, they will be more in their heart, following their heart, listening to their heart, following what is coming from deep within their soul and within their intuition, and shutting off all of that mental chatter where their fears and their insecurities live. But also with Judgment, it is so much more about the two of you building a better relationship that is operating at a higher frequency. And that in and of itself will give so much more stability to this relationship. Now on the bottom, we do have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is your person taking trips down memory lane and thinking about happier times when the two of you were together, but also the times when they blew it, the times when they said things that were harsh, hurtful, when they acted in ways that were hurtful to you as well. Part of the reason why they're judging themselves and feeling foolish. The Six of Cups also tells us that you have a past life connection with your person. It's not just about the past in this lifetime, but also about our past lives as well. Again, confirming that there is this deep spiritual bond between you and your person. We also have the Empress. I love the Empress in this deck. I mean, that is just stunning with all of those animals here. The Empress is the Earth Mother. The Empress is the goddess Gaia. So if you are feeling out of sorts yourselves, if you are feeling out of balance or out of whack, or not really sure, having your own fears and insecurities within yourself, try to get out in nature. Even though it's cold, try to experience something of the natural world, even if that is about watering your plants or rearranging your plants or digging in the plants in the house or getting a grounding mat, something to help you feel grounded. But with the Empress being here, It is about long-term partnership as well, perhaps even having a family. If that is something that you have considered having with your person in the past, please only take that as it resonates. But the Empress is about long-term partnership, usually involving marriage. The Empress also tells us your person sees you as a mover and a shaker, someone that just makes things happen and gets things done, very much like that Queen of Wands energy, but also that they are going to respect you when they return. And if you set boundaries with them, they will honor those boundaries because they're not going to want to cross these boundaries again because they don't want to be without you in their life again. We also have the King of Wands, and I do love the King of Wands because that is all about making oh my goodness! I was just blathering away about the King of Wands, and I'm not going to pick it up, but we have a royal couple here, guys. The King and Queen of Wands. I'm not going to pick them up because it'll make a mess. But whenever there is a royal couple, this is an indication of divine union for you and your person. And that is regardless of your signs, because remember I said it was about the reading and the energy of the reading, because you probably both have fire in your chart somewhere astrologically, okay? But this is about your person following through. This is about them rising up and making something happen and getting things done, because the energy of the King of Wands does not fail. The energy of the King of Wands moves and grooves, and they move very quickly when they are ready to act. The King of Wands does have a plan, and they will follow through with that plan. They don't spend a lot of time strategizing and thinking. They think it through, they follow their intuition, and then boom, they take action. Now, one thing I do want to point out is we have the Two of Wands, the Fool, the Queen of Wands, the Ten of Wands as well. Those are all cards of movement, because we have to consider that fire does move very quickly. Unfortunately for the forest fires and everything, but fire does move very quickly. So I feel when your person is ready, it is going to be a spur of the moment, this is it kind of day, and boom, surprise, they're going to call you or text you, okay, with this King of Wands being present. But following through, being determined, making sure they make it happen. We also have the Seven of Coins on the bottom. This is about your person. What I'm hearing today is not wanting to fail you again and making sure that they don't fail you again, because this King of Wands energy is definitely determined. But also, this Seven of Coins is all about your person wanting to invest in this relationship from a long-term perspective. The Seven of Coins is a card of investment. But again, it does indicate that things have been moving slowly, because your person has been in this place of deep contemplation and deep thoughts, but they are coming out of this cave and they are going to make their way back to you as they need to. There's no timing here, guys. You're all in different situations, and there's no way to time a collective reading anyway. All I can say is expect the unexpected, because I do feel that surprises are on the horizon with the run of cards that we have for this reading today. Definitely a strong connection. Your person being able to acknowledge that to you as they make their way back to you. Definitely indicators here on the table about divine union with the Empress card, because that does represent the divine feminine, but also with this King and Queen of Wands as well. And that is regardless of your sign. So let's see what else. What else do we need to hear? What do we need to know, please? What is coming through? Love, the purest radiance of all in all. And here we have a couple sitting in this light of this beautiful tree that has this DNA spirally thing coming down from the universe. And remember, we were talking earlier with that Temperance card about how there is divine guidance and divine protection around this connection, divine intervention as well. That is what I would call this, actually. The light of God, the light of the universe coming down to help this couple. There's a little heart here, right there in between them, bringing them together and helping them work through their issues so that they can resolve whatever it is, so that they can come into this union with each other. Love is the purest radiance of all, because when it comes down to it, love is all there is. What else is there? We all have our stuff. We all have our material possessions. But at the end of the day, what makes us happiest? Love. Because love is truly what matters the most. And your person sees and understands that now much more than they ever did before, because they have awakened to this connection. They have awakened to that power that is within them. And they are figuring out how they're going to make their way back to you. But then, boom, they are going to do it, because they are acknowledging that the two of you have something special, something unique, something definitely worth fighting for. But let's see what else. Let's see what else we need to know. What is coming through, please? What do we need to hear? What do we need to know? Strength, supremacy of oneself. Well, this is a very interesting card. It has a heart on her head as well. And I consider that to be kind of like I call this the eye of God in a way, right? And we have these peacock feathers, if anyone resonates with peacocks, and a beautiful lotus flower with another heart. Strength, supremacy of oneself. So guys, when you met your person, did you realize it was going to take so much strength for you to work through all of this? But you're doing it. You're doing it. You are working through it. You are holding your faith. You are holding your confidence. And you are holding your own inner strength in regard to this connection and what is happening in it at the moment. But so is your person. Because this King of Wands, this Queen of Wands, both of them have so much strength and confidence. Your person finding their way back to you with that strength, with that confidence. And they have had to pull it up and out themselves. You always gave them great inspiration and great confidence in the past, and they are replaying those words of confidence and inspiration that you shared with them. And it is causing them to find this strength and this power and this confidence within themselves so that they can burst out of this hermit cave and make their way back towards you. But you guys have so much inner strength, and you are stronger than you think. And you are in the worst part of this journey right now. And you feel alone and isolated perhaps as well, because you miss your person and you want to talk to them and you want to see them and you want to spend time with them. Of course you do, because you long for them and you yearn for them. But you have much more inner strength and resilience than you realize. God or the universe, whatever your higher power is, never gives us more than we can handle. And you have handled what you are going through right now with a lot of grace and with a lot of courage and with this strength as well. Because this is the most difficult part of the journey. But you are figuring it out and you are doing what needs to be done for you right now. Because as your person finds their way back to you, you are going to need your strength and your confidence as well, especially if you are going to set boundaries with this person. Okay, so let's see what else we need to know. What other messages are coming through? What do we need to hear, please? Water Spirit, manifesting dreams. This card has a beautiful little scene from some sort of a little grotto area deep within a forest. And we have an otter here, and we have an otter here. And I promise you guys, as long as I've had this deck of cards, this is the first time I have ever seen this otter. I always thought it was a rock. But the light in the room is just right today because it's really sunshiny outside and there's a lot more light than what there usually is for natural light. And you can see that little otter with their hands clasped together. And perhaps that is your person apologizing to you. Perhaps that is your person praying as well for the strength, for the courage and confidence to make their way back to you. But the King of Wands does have confidence and strength, as does the Queen. But your person praying for it nonetheless. We have to consider what water spirit is. We have to consider what water is. Water is emotions, feelings, love, intuition, compassion, understanding. and your person returning to you with all of these things being intact, with all of these things being present within their character. Someone who can tell you how they feel and not back down. Someone who can be expressive of their love and devotion to you through words and actions. Someone who's going to be caring, kind, supportive, and compassionate, just as you have always been. But as well, this manifesting dreams that's written on this card as well. What are you dreaming about your person, you guys watching the reading? Because if you are dreaming a lot about your person, and you're seeing in your dreams that you and your person are coming back together, you're spending time together, trust in those dreams, because they can be dreams where you are manifesting this connection back with your person. And pay attention to all the dreams that you have where you are in your person's presence, because they can reveal things to you that are clues, that are insights into what's going on with them on their journey back to you. But let's see what else we need to know. Let's see what other messages are coming through, please. What do we need to hear? I am working on myself. Yes, hallelujah. I am working on myself so I can come back. Yes, that is exactly what they are doing, because that is what is all over these tarot cards today. I am working on myself so I can come back. Please wait for me. They are working on themselves because they do want to come back. And we have seen that all over this reading today. And they are asking you to wait for them. They are not saying to sit there and wait by the phone, of course, to go on with your life, to do what you need to do for yourselves, to find your own happiness every day, no matter what that is. Maybe it's having some hot chocolate, maybe it's going out with friends, maybe it's going shopping, maybe it's doing an activity or hobby that you really enjoy, perhaps that you haven't done for some time because you haven't felt like it, because, you know, dealing with these separations is emotionally devastating, guys. And we have to do what we can to pick ourselves up so that we can deal with what we need to deal with in the course of our daily lives. But always find something every day that brings you joy, that brings you some sort of happiness, because that will lift your spirits and help you stay in alignment as well. I know I hurt you. Well, yes, they did. I don't want to hurt you again. And I feel that this person does not want to hurt you again. And that is why they are taking as long as they are in this place right now where you aren't together, where you are disconnected from each other, where you are in this preparing for union space. They are working through their issues because they're working on themselves so that they can come back, because they don't want to hurt you again. They can feel all of that, I don't want to hurt you again, with that 10 of Wands energy. That is also about your person's guilt, regret, remorse, and everything else being a heavy burden on them, being a heavy weight on them. And they don't want to hurt you again because they know that you deserve better than the way they acted with you, than the way they treated you, which is why they are going through this transformation that they've been going through during the time that you have been away from each other. I know what you mean to me. I am ready to be with only you now. I know what you mean to me. I am ready to be with only you now. And I feel that this is about your person saying, you are the one. And I know that you are the one for me. And you have very possibly always known that they are the one for you. But this is how these connections work. This is where the divine intervention comes in. You meet. You spend time together. And then there's always some sort of something that happens. Some sort of crisis point. Whether that is them running, ghosting, them shutting down, ignoring you. It can be a big, huge argument. One of you could be having to move to a different area, to a different state, to a different city, creating this disconnect between the two of you. There is always something. But during this time you are away from each other is where you are learning, growing, and evolving. So that when you come back together, the union between the two of you is rock solid, powerful. And that is what that King and Queen of Wands, that divine union, that sacred union is all about. Let's see what we need to hear. What do we need to know, please? What is coming through? I have never loved anyone the way that I love you. Well, that is obvious throughout this reading, especially with that knowledge coming in from your person that you are the one for them. And they have never felt anything with anyone like they feel for you. That is part of the manifestation of that Ten of Wands as well. Knowing that you have a deep mental connection, passionate connection, spiritual connection, and an emotional one as well. And when you are firing on all of those frequencies with each other together, oh my God, what a powerful union and magical connection that is. And they have never loved anyone the way that they love you, because they've never known anyone like you, because you are unique. No one compares to you. You are irreplaceable in your person's heart and in your person's soul and mind. And they know that the two of you share something that is so very different, which is why they have been working on themselves. Now, of course, they are working on themselves because they need to. And you have been this tremendous catalyst for change for this person. So they're working on themselves to change their life, but also to change this connection between the two of you. So it is going to make your person a better partner for you, but it is also going to make them a better person in general. Someone who will have more success with their career, someone who will be able to gain greater financial security, someone who will be able to follow their dreams and make them happen, because they are living from the perspective of their soul as they make their way back to you. So let's see what else we need to know, please. Connection. What's written on these cards is a little bit weird, guys, but I'm going to read it so you guys know what it says. Whatever ends up happening with us, I'm grateful to have met you and for the connection that we have. Now, we have talked about this connection throughout this reading. I'm only interested in what connection says, because remember, I'm an intuitive reader, and I also get information down from that channel that comes from the universe, that comes from that beautiful place in the sky. And what this is saying is your person wants to move forward with this connection with you. They want to return, they want to start over, and then boom, they are going to move it along and move it forward, because that is what the energy of that King and Queen of Wands does. Moving it forward, making it happen, getting it to this place of union, because this is what your person desires with you and with this connection. If you are desiring that as well, of course. But let's see what else, what other messages are coming through, please. Love. Yes, this is a deep love connection between you and your person. And even if your person has not shared this with you in the past, if they said they didn't have feelings for you, if they said that their feelings had changed, if they said that it was one-sided, and the connection wasn't real, or whatever other line of rubbish your person fed to you, the love is here, because that is what that Knight of Cups is all about. Your person feeling love for you and wanting to tell you how they feel about you as well. But there is this deep love connection here between you and your person, because there's a deep soul connection, and there can't be a deep soul connection between you unless that emotional connection is there as well, because it doesn't make sense at all. It just doesn't make sense, because you guys fire on every level. But let's see what else. What else is coming through, please? What do we need to hear? What is happening? Chemistry. I'm totally feeling the craziest vibes with you. Well, they're not crazy. They are actually quite intense. And I feel that your person feels this intense chemistry. And we have had chemistry all over this reading. That's what came at the very beginning, right, with that Temperance card. That is about the chemistry that is here between you and your person. The alchemy, the blending of your souls, and your person definitely wanting to blend some soul time with you in that very passionate way, I might add, but also in this very loving way as well. The chemistry between you and your person is very intense, because you have carried with you the attraction and the love and the passion that you have for each other through all of the lifetimes that you've shared together. We talked about past lives, and we were talking about that Six of Cups that's down here somewhere. Your person knowing that there is something significant between you that causes this chemistry to be here. That is why it is so intense between the two of you. The love and the passion of all of those lifetimes you have brought forward with you into this lifetime. How powerful is that? Booming powerful, okay? Zapping and zinging, powerful, and that is why this connection with you and this person is so intense. But let's see what else we need to know. What do we need to hear, please? Soulmate. Oh, look, it feels like we've been together for lifetimes. Our connection is on another level. Actually, it is. It is on every level, as I have already mentioned during this time that we've been doing this reading several times. Actually, it is physical, it is mental, it is emotional, and it is spiritual. And that you do have this lifetime connection, many lifetimes that you've been spending with each other. The lifetime warranty, guaranteed to find each other lifetime after lifetime, and that is literally how it works. And that was a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek with that lifetime warranty thing, but I don't know where that came from, but it just came, so I just kind of rolled with it. But what it says is you are guaranteed to find one another in each and every lifetime because you have this deep soul bond with each other. That is what you will do. And your person your person understands this now so much better than they did when the two of you were spending time together. They resisted it. They didn't want to talk about it. And then they ran and they ghosted and they brought this chaos into this connection. But they don't want to hurt you or this relationship anymore because they see and understand now that the power of this connection is something that is more powerful than they have ever felt or experienced in their lives. And they have never loved anyone the way that they love you because they have never felt a love or a chemistry the way that they feel this love and chemistry with you. But your person is making their way back to you because they know the two of you share something that is very special and that there is this great possibility for the two of you to have this very powerful divine union, this sacred union with each other. This is your reading for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to everyone. Have a great day, guys.